And I just cannot understand how so many vulnerable working class girls from poor, probably very chaotic backgrounds could have been ignored, not just in one town or city, but in so many towns and cities. I mean, what was going on? What does it say about our culture and our society that if you're from a poor background and you're working class and you're female, the authorities will dismiss you out of hand? I mean, that's systematic failure there, and it's a story.
Still can't do it, can they? This former Labour MP refuses to mention race and religion. He can't bring himself to acknowledge these girls were also targeted because they were white and non-Muslim. He has the cheek to say he doesn't understand how people allowed these girls to be ignored. He just demonstrated how it happened. Even now, he's refusing to acknowledge the truth. If it was non-white girls targeted by white men because of their race, he'd be the first to scream racism. These people still believe these girls can't be victims of racism because they are white. I'll play a video from Parliament yesterday in a minute, where Labour was ripped to shreds on this. They didn't want to do a national inquiry. On the contrary, they actively tried to prevent one. It's only after Elon Musk got involved and the old scandal became so big they couldn't brush it under the carpet any longer. Lee Anderson brilliantly pointed out that they were calling everyone far right for talking about grooming gangs a few months ago. So what's changed? We know what's changed. Public pressure is what's changed. Someone else in this clip asked whether they were going to investigate the cover-up or not, which is a brilliant point. No doubt that'll be brushed under the carpet. We all know it was their woke beliefs and political correctness that enabled this to be covered up in the first place. Anyway, take a listen to this.
Mr. Speaker, this government has been dragged kicking and screaming to deliver a national inquiry, having dismissed the pleas of a nation for one as jumping on a far-right bandwagon. This reluctance is why my honourable friend for Great Yarmouth will continue with his inquiry, and I will be supporting him in this. But can I ask the Home Secretary, will this government's inquiry investigate the political motivations behind the cover-ups, including the role of the Labour Party, or will this continue to be swept under the carpet?
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. It is amazing, it is staggering that the Labour MPs can come here today and welcome an inquiry when they was given the chance. They all voted against one. But these girls, these victims of the Pakistani grooming gangs, they were kidnapped, they were abused, they were drugged, they were raped. And when they reached out for help, everybody ignored them. So there's little wonder they have no faith in the system. But they can regain faith if the Home Secretary agrees with me and appoints Maggie Oliver as chair of the inquiry.
Well, I would say to the honourable member, the child sexual exploitation and abuse, some of the most vile crimes that our country faces. And what Baroness Casey's report sets out in some detail, set out over 17 pages.
I welcome this statement from the Home Secretary and that there will now be a national inquiry. Does the Home Secretary think that that will be finished within, let's say, 2 years for the British people? And given that she quite rightly apologised to the victims and survivors, will she now apologise on behalf of the Prime Minister who smeared and labelled those of us who called for a national inquiry?
Statement. Although I must say, I couldn't believe my ears, listening to the Home Secretary's statement as if this was their plan all along, when we all know it is another U-turn.